What's hold on.
Is that where to start? Yeah. We edit that out.
No, it's going in there, bro.
I can't talk right now. I don't know why. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another vlog. Check out what I got going on today. We got a tiger half sleeve, tiger head, and it goes back to all the way down here. And this is daffodils, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, this is Min. Min is my nephew's friend.
What's up?
Richie. And
Your uncle says I'm better at you in tennis, Richie.
Damn.
look at this daffodil back here. And you got the waves coming out of the armpit. A cherry blossom. And this was done this is about 7 days of healing so far.
Yeah.
So it peeled really thin. You can see that if it's a new tattoo or old tattoo, you notice the skin, it's very shiny.
Yeah.
That means it's still healing. And how do you know when it's fully healed? It's when the shine is gone. And this is our third session.
Yeah.
And pretty much we just got this area, this top part, and a little bit back here. But overall, this piece turned out really nice.
I got a lot of compliments.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I did a full tiger half sleeve.
Mhm.
A lot of people, they message me, they want like a tiger head on the chest,
Yeah.
and something else on the arm. That's what I've been doing mostly, but for your piece, it's a full tiger with flowers. And is there a meaning to daffodils? Because this is my first time doing daffodils.
I just looked up March's flower.
Okay,
Yeah.
so daffodil is a March flower.
Yeah.
And what about why you chose
The cherry blossom?
cherry blossom?
Yeah.
Is it a month too?
Yeah.
Or you liked it?
I just like, I guess.
Okay. But look how this healed. Look at the daffodil, how it healed. Let's see. Very plumpy. Now that your arm is cleaned up, usually you have two choices. Let it air dry, because you don't want to draw on it because it's wet. The marker doesn't go too well when it's wet, or you just go ahead and just pat him dry. And the next step would be to border out his sleeve, because I need to give it a border. So before you start work, you want to give this piece a border to know when to stop. Min has a big chest, and I feel like if I was to do a chest piece that's smaller, it will make his chest smaller. So I went ahead and max it out all the way to his nipple. And then this will be the border right here. Boom, see that? And then continue on to here. And from here, you want to go straight up. And stop right here, okay? You don't want to keep going because you don't know where this is going to end. So you turn him to the back side. Keep going, keep going. And you start from here. From where the armpits start. And you kind of want to wrap up. Keep going, all the way up to the top. And that's where you stop again. Then you turn them around. And then from here, it's an easier connect will be right here. And that's how I border out my half sleeve. And then you want to look at it again. How does it look? So it give a nice round up. And his chest, look at the size of his chest. That's a big chest.
Gym day.
Gym day. And then now that that's done, you want to like extend these lines. And then turn it right here. You see how up here I never finished these lines, so you want to continue these lines. Right there. And just add another wind bar right here. And then right here, I would like to add another wind bar right here. Boom. This spot right here is empty. I would like to continue some more wind bars, so I'm just gonna go one right here, and another one right there. I'm gonna leave this area open, so down the line Min can come back and add like a charm or whatever he wants, but I don't really go too much in here no more. I usually like to leave that open for down the line. I was like, oh, I thought of something cool, and I want to add it down the line. Can you shoot a montage of this for me, Alex?
Got you. By the way, guys, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. Drop your favorite Thanksgiving dish down below. What's yours?
I like to make steak.
Steak.
That's all I know. I like to make steak.
All right, what's yours?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. And Lauren?
Roasted turkey.
Roasted turkey. Mine is honey ham. Let us know what yours is down below.
I hate turkeys.
I don't like turkey either.
They're big and dry. Oh, that's how you make it, but I'd rather have a quail. I didn't finish adding the full stripes from last session, so I'm just continuing the stripes all the way through. And how do I do these stripes? You see these lines? Which this one I'm still gonna continue. I actually use a 7 liner to do the stripes, and I'll show you guys how I use the liner to create stripes. So I have 2 needle. This is a 7 liner and this is a 23 mag. I used to use a 15 mag and I no longer use a 15 mag. I feel like a 23 mag with a slight curve, I'm able to do everything, but the bigger mag for me is better because I can actually shade a lot faster. And like say this is 2 sessions so far, so this is probably like a half session. I'll be done with it in like a few hours, but 23 mags, my new tool. Let's start off with a 7 liner to do these stripes, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to use the 23 mag. Before I start, I always check my needle. If it's rattling, I look at it real quick to see if it looks good. Everything looks good. And let's go. So the stripes, you kind of want to do this. You kind of want to make it look striped. So if I do it fast, it's going to be up and down, up and down. See the way I stroke the machine up and down, and it gives you that little stripe texture. And just keep continuing. The stripes are just kind of uneven, random, so you do kind of want to just go up a little higher, low, a little bit lower, and then kind of up a little bit like this. But just continue it. Look at that. See that? You only want to go the up and down motion because it's kind of like, how would you say it, like how the fur of the tiger would go. And down here, you can go a little bit thinner. See, I'm starting to thin it out. And then you want to come back here, you see how it's kind of, want this area to be a little bit thicker. So you come back, same style stroke, up and down. And like fill in this little gap. Touch in the little spot that you missed. You can use a liner or a shader to do it, but I feel like when I use a liner, it gives it more of a fur texture. When I'm doing this up and down motion, I'm moving over like line for line. Don't move too fast, you leave a gap. Don't move too slow, the line will be too thick and dense. So you want to go forward a little bit. If you want it to be a little darker, you just move backward a little bit to fill in that area and go forward. And if you want to go back, there's many ways of doing it, but just go consistently slow across and you'll be fine. See that? Look at that. It gives you those little lines. We are moving. Now I'm using the 23 mag, and let's just start shading this whole area. The tiger stripe is done, and this is a negative, like kind of line that goes through, a negative that's going through. Let's just bold this area out. I'll show you guys how to bold. Use a 23 mag, turn it all the way sideways, and just using the edge and just kind of work forward. Look, you kind of bold the line up. So I use the mag turn fully sideways usually to bold most of my stuff. If not, use a liner. I use the mag to do these lines to bold it up because it gives a softer line rather than just a straight dark outline. And just work all the way through. That's how I bold these lines up. Don't worry about if it's, as long as it's line straight, don't worry about if, like say, like this one is thicker, because I'm going to shade this way anyway. So it doesn't really matter, as long as the inside of this side is straight. Still, the mag kinda at an angle, and just, if you want to fade, push this way. Whatever direction you want to fade, push that way. So I want to fade dark to light. Don't just push, work this corner and push that way. And it just kind of automatically fades for you. And if you want like a soft fade, see my stroke? Go like that. As you lift, it gets lighter. As you lift, it gets lighter. See? Up there. You don't want to shade the leaf right now, so just go to the next gap opening. And then I noticed there's a stem right in between, so all you gotta do is go like this. Boom, stem right there. And then from here, continue your line, and continue your line, boom, stem right there. See that? And then just shade this area. And from on top, fade down. I find that when you shade like this and fading down like this is a lot harder. So you might want to just turn your body and then shade up, like fading this way. Always do that. And if you can't do that, turn his body, make him move. The art is more important than his body position, and it's okay for him to be a little bit uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, the art is nice. I can shade down, it's no problem, but I feel like it takes a little longer. It still works, you know what I mean? Like, you should learn how to shade all direction. It's just the fading is a bit tougher when you go working down. I'd rather working up is more efficient. But look, it works. This is a wave right here, and you do want to give a little bit of shadow underneath the wave. So let's go and darken this area a little bit. And right here too, the top of the wave, give it a little bold, give it a little shadow. Everything needs to be bolded a little bit, so it gives it like a little depth to it. So right here, this is the leaf of the daffodil, and usually when it comes to leaf, I do want to make it a little bit darker. For the leaf, I do want to do a split leaf, so look, turn your mag sideways and just do a light line all the way through. Alright, it's a light line. Now you pick which side to go dark and light. I'm just gonna pick this side to go dark, so you want to shade the line where you just created, clean up that line. And another thing about like light line, not connecting line, or blowout lines, it's fine, it's just line work. You use the shading to clean it all up when you tattoo. So don't, if you're new to tattooing, you got a line that like a little skippy like this, that's fine. You can always fix that during the shading. Because all you got to do is just bring the mag tight, close to the line, and straighten it out. And I had some questions about blown lines and everything about the last video. It's alright, you can clean all that up as you shade. Don't freak out. You'll learn how to stop blowing out line as you get better. But if you crush yourself every time when you're new about blown lines, just figure out what you did to fix, how'd you blow the line? And there's only like a few reasons why you blew the line. You went too slow, the machine's running too fast and you went a little deep. So figure out what you do. Did you go too slow or did you go too deep?
Or both.
Or both. But that's something you get better over time, you know what I mean? Just don't let the blown lines discourage you. If you're new, just keep practicing. You'll figure it out. If you don't want blown line, do light lines and then use the mag to like bolt it out. When I first started tattooing, I had blown lines. It's nothing. It's not a big deal. I covered up with shading. See, now that the leaf is kind of shaded in, and let me show you guys a little trick real quick. Okay, so I wanted the leaf to look like this, but then look at this. The leaf's kind of blending in with the background and everything, right? Here's how to bolt to make this leaf pop. Turn your mag sideways, or let's just use the liner so I can show you guys. Don't move on until when you shade and your work kind of look all blended in like this. Do not move on. Go back with the liner or turn the shade sideways and just re-outline it. Bolting out the border just separates the piece from background and foreground. Look at that. See? And you want this a little bit more straight, just run a line right through it. And let's say you did have a blown line like right between. Just go over the blown line to the left side a little bit, straighten it out, and your blown line is gone. It's hiding behind the shading. Right here. Look at that. See that? See the leaf pop out? So for this, let's say this leaf, I shaded first and then I bold the line out after. For this piece, let's do the reverse. Let's bold the line first and then shade after. You can do it both ways. It doesn't really matter. Let's start here. And let's go right here. Let's just bold the wave lines a little bit. Alright, from here, just pull the line. Look at that, see? And then you have a middle line. Just go ahead and do a light pull through it. I'm not really trimming too much if my line works bad or good. Look at that. Just do a thin line. And then go back, re-outline this. There's nothing wrong with going back once you outline to bold the borders of the line. Look at that. When you use a big mag, like a 23 mag, you're 70-80% of the time you're on your side, like the edge of the needle. Just because it's big doesn't mean you're doing it all flat. Right here, I'm kind of flattening out because it allows me to. This tight area, if you want it just to do a light fade, look, just jab it in and lift. Just do this. Look at that. Just do that slowly. Just down and up, down and up. It automatically gives you that little transition already. See? Down and up, down and up. You can do that, right? Slow, because you're new. But with me, I've been doing it for so long. You can just look. I'm just doing it like same thing, but faster. So it doesn't. When I'm doing it fast, you can't really tell what I'm doing, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm just lifting. And then right here, I'm gonna give a shadow from the fold of the leaf, just a little bit, and just lift once again. So do a light lift. Alright, let's shade the waves, huh? I use my lightest drop, and then just say where you start. Just go in light and just give it a little lift like this. And once you understand more about shading and the rotation of your hand, look at that, see? It's just a light tone. You don't have to go bam, bam all the way in. Just touch it lightly. Okay, Then you're like, what I do now? Well, let's just go to the next part right here. Do the same thing. Like the speed of your machine, does it really matter to me? No, because sometimes you can go light like this, slow. Just touch it and push up to give it a little fade. Or you can still go fast. So it doesn't matter about speed. It's just what you're comfortable doing. See, it works out. And right here, same thing. This back side of the waves. Just poke at it. Shading's really tricky because starting off dark, everything becomes really dark, and you don't want a super dark wave. Just poke at the wave, just go building up the shadow as you go. Don't freak out, like, where do I shade? Just touch all the ends with a little bit of shadow. See right here again? Just touch that. And you notice right here where I'm working, a lot of stretchy skin. So what do? If you know that this area is a lot of stretchy skin, you either stretch it, but look, now it's in an awkward position, right? What you want to do is grab his arm right here, have him lift it over his head, and look, change the position. It has a nice stretch, and just continue on. Look, from here, same thing again. Push up, go light, go slow, or go fast, whatever you're comfortable with. Some people shade really fast, some people go really slow. Find your speed. I do a mixture of fast and slow. When I'm comfortable, I go fast. When I'm uncomfortable, slow down and just poke at it. Look, slow down. Just create that shadow as you go. You don't want to go too far. You can see that? Give it a little shadow. Alright, say now I got all this area done. This area needs to be shaded. So let's just drag it out like this. Boom, do a thin line. See, I made another layer to the wave, and from there, just shade up a little bit. And then just drag this out a little bit. And you guys notice that this area is kind of red now.
Yeah.
Why is this area that I worked on earlier not red? Because the ink tone is darker than the redness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it not look so red. I get a lot of clients like, oh, I'm bleeding a lot today. No, I'm just doing a light line. Because I do dark areas, the dark tones is actually covering up the red area. Because, if you scratch yourself, it gets red.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I'm doing a super light drop, like a 1-2 drop. So the drop is so light that it just looks red. Don't freak out, it's normal. Now that the wave is done, my next step is go back to the liner and clean it up. Okay, now that I'm happy with the shading, but like once again, the wave and the tiger's back is kind of blended in, so you want to go back with the liner and bold out this a little bit. See, right here, and then give it a little extra detail. Look at this, like that. See that right here. See, now the waves pop out. Areas that needs to be bolded on a wave is right here, the very back part of the wave. Always do that. Look at this. Boom, see that? Underneath the wave, always. That's why, like, sometimes you might have crooked lines and stuff like that. Whatever. Just fold it out, thicken that area up. You're fine. Line work is just like a framing to me. And then you go back and you clean up your line work. Right here, another one. The area I'm working on is about to be done. Let me show you guys. Look how it looks. Way different, right? The leaves were not done. The leaves are done, and then the waves are lightly shaded in the middle. And then I kind of went back and re-outlined the whole wave. And look at it. The waves are on top. The tiger's kind of the background.
Yeah.
And everything just kind of flowed together. And that's today's tutorial. I'll drop the finished product in a second, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog and tutorial.